Khalil Rountree's bid to re-establish himself as a top contender in the UFC light heavyweight division suffered a major setback in Baku, Azerbaijan, where he was brutally knocked out in the main event of UFC on ABC 8 by former champion Jamahal Hill. In the lead-up to the high-stakes clash, analyst and veteran MMA coach Din Thomas offered a sobering evaluation of Rountree's title aspirations, labeling him a dangerous, but ultimately non-elite fighter whose shining moment against Alex Pereira at UFC 307 may have been a one-off rather than a sign of permanent evolution. Rountree, 13-7 MMA, 9-7 UFC, who impressed fans and critics alike with his gutsy showing against light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira in a title bout last year, despite ultimately losing by a fourth-round TKO, was widely seen as a revitalized contender. However, Thomas was quick to temper expectations. "I'm leaning towards Jamahal Hill to knock out Khalil Rountree," Thomas told MMA Junkie before the bout. Khalil looked fantastic against Pereira, but that was his moment. Sometimes, fighters just rise to the occasion temporarily, and then go back to being who they really are. Thomas made it clear that while he respects Rountree's power and striking ability, he doesn't view the 34-year-old as a fighter capable of consistently competing at the highest level. "I'm not saying he's not a great fighter. He's dangerous. But I don't think he leveled up. That wasn't the new standard, it was the exception. He rose to that one occasion. I still think Jamahal Hill is more naturally suited for that championship tier." The outcome on Saturday night at Baku Crystal Hall vindicated Thomas's assessment. Hill, 13-3 MMA, 7-3 UFC, coming off 2 consecutive losses, silenced his critics and reignited his career by delivering a highlight reel knockout, dismantling Rountree's hopes of fast-tracking back into title contention. Thomas emphasized that this matchup was more than just a bounce-back opportunity, it was a career-defining moment for both fighters. "There's no championship path for either of these guys without a win here," he said. "The winner gets to move up, possibly back into title talks. But the loser, he's in night watch status. That means you're the gatekeeper. Not even during the day. Night shift gatekeeper." The brutal nature of Rountree's loss casts serious doubt on his future as a top contender. Once viewed as a dark horse in the division thanks to his thunderous power and emotional backstory, Rountree now faces a steep climb to regain credibility in the upper echelon of the 205-pound class. For Jamahal Hill, the victory was a timely reminder of why he once held the UFC light heavyweight belt. With his crisp boxing,